Welcome to this edition of SAU Magazine, a weekly program featuring news, profiles, sports, commentary, interviews, and special events, all coming to you from the campus of Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
This is a Southern Arkansas University News Brief. I'm Michael Long.
And I'm Thomas Murphy.
The Jack Jensen Memorial AIDS Walk will be held April 1st from 9 a.m. and will begin at the Old State House located at 300 West Markham Street in Little Rock, Arkansas. This year's theme is Don't Be a Fool, Get Tested, and is sponsored by the SAU Adapt organization. Walkers will travel down Center Street to the Governor's Mansion, have a short break, and then return to the Old State House. The walk will be roughly around 2 miles. To sponsor a walker or to sign up to walk, please contact the ADAPT office for more information.
Twala Pruden, a 1977 graduate of Southern Arkansas University, was recently appointed to the SAU Board of Trustees by Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Pruden is a native of Nashville and a 1972 honor graduate of Nashville High School. She replaced Dr. Jack Harrington on the Board of Trustees, and her term will continue through the year 2005. Pruden is a former member of the SAU Alumni Board.
The Staff Development Committee is presenting 2 workshops by Dr. John Jones. The second part of Steps in Working with People for Classified Staff will be on Tuesday, March 7th at 2 p.m. in the Media Center in McGowl Library 104. Part 1 of Leadership and Effective Communication for the Non-Classified Staff will be on Wednesday, March 1st at 10 a.m. in McGowl 104. Part 2 of the workshop will be on Wednesday, March 8th at 10 a.m. in the McGowl Library 104. Please RSVP the Office of the Executive Assistant for registration at 870-235-5009.
Students at Southern Arkansas University will have a chance to voice their opinion in a national survey being conducted at selected colleges and universities around the country. Students will take part in a national survey called the Student Engagement Project, designed to refocus public discussion on what students do and what they say about their college experience. The report should take about 15 minutes, and students can choose either a paper version or a web version.
The McGowl Library and the Department of English and Foreign Languages invites everyone to a luncheon with Charlene Harris, a local mystery writer. The event date is March 7th on the 3rd floor of the McGowl Library. The luncheon begins at noon, and Harris will speak at around 12:30. Seating is limited to 75, therefore lunch tickets will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Tickets are free and available at the McGowl Library and the Department of English and Foreign Language departments.
Several workshops will be offered at SAU during the spring semester 2000. Scheduled workshops include Style Standards in March and Dejunking Your Life in April. Ongoing workshops include Connections, Computers, Purchasing, and New Employee Orientation. For more information or to register for any of these workshops, call 870-235-5009. This has been a Southern Arkansas University News Brief. I'm Thomas Murphy.
And I'm Michael Long.
With an SAU profile, I'm Nakita Martin.
And I'm Daniel Green. This week's profile is on a fixture here at the SAU campus, Dr. James Rasmussen.
He is a teacher of biology, botany, medical terminology, and cell biology. His hometown was Alma, Nebraska, where he graduated from Alma High.
He went to Hastings College in Nebraska, and he received his master's and PhD from the University of Oklahoma. In college, he ran track and played football.
He was co-captain of the football team and played with ex-Nebraska head coach Tom Osborne. Now he is married to another SAU professor, Mona Rasmussen.
They have been married for 24 years, and in that 24 years, they have had 3 children, Brad, Monica, and Kristen. He has been teaching for 30 years.
He has taught at SAU for 9 years, and he likes SAU because of its small size, its strong general education requirements, and its hard-working students.
He is chairman of the biology department. I'm Daniel Green.
And I'm Nakita Martin with an SAU profile.
SAU Sports, I'm Heather Halter.
And I'm Jeff Grissom.
The men's basketball team is tournament bound despite a loss to Arkansas Tech in triple overtime. The Gulf South Conference postseason tournament is to be held at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi this week. The Mule Riders are currently ranked 4th in the Western Division of the Gulf South Conference.
Going into the final week of the Gulf South Conference regular season, the Riderettes are still in contention for the final seat in the Gulf South Conference basketball tournament. The SAU Riderettes are one game behind Christian Brothers University after a thrilling game Saturday night. SAU ran out of steam in double overtime, resulting in a 93-90 loss. Siobhan Ford led the Riderettes with 18 points and 8 rebounds. SAU will finish the regular season at Henderson State Saturday.
The SAU fast-pitch softball team went 3-1 in the Delta State Classic last weekend in Greenville, Mississippi. SAU topped North Alabama 8-2 in the first game of the tournament. The Riderettes were led by Carrie Stevenson with 3 inside-the-park home runs and a pair of triples. They lost to Alabama Huntsville 3-2. The Riderettes won the second game by a score of 1-0. The fourth and final game was against Southwest Baptist University. The Riderettes won 5-4 victory in the 8th inning. Coach Kevin Blaskowski believes the Delta State Classic will help the Riderettes in conference play.
The SAU Mule Riders baseball team split a pair of games this Saturday at Houston Baptist. SAU lost the first game 4-3, but came back strong with the win Saturday night 7-0. Pitcher Chris Poza picked up the loss in the first game, and Tom Sawyer, a senior from Monticello, came through with the win in the night game. The Riders will return home on Friday for a 3-game series against East Central Oklahoma. SAU Sports, I'm Jeff Grissom.
And I'm Heather Halter.
With commentary, I'm David Parkerson.
And I'm Mwachiro.
Ask any student on campus about the attendance policy, and many will say that it's important to attend. Others will say it's a joke.
Many students feel that they pay enough to go to school and that it shouldn't matter whether or not they attend class, just as long as they turn in assignments on time and do well on exams.
I know personally several students who rarely attend their classes, yet they manage to make A's and B's.
It's good that those students are doing great in their classes even though they rarely attend, but many of the students who blow off class just don't care.
What many students don't realize is all of the federal and state tax money that goes into making tuition cheaper for students to attend, and it's the federal and state government that is worried about attendance.
I know I'd definitely be looking at attendance if I was shelling out millions of dollars each year to help pay for other students' education. With commentary, I'm Mwachiro.
And I'm David Parkerson.
With an SAU police log, I'm Dana Thomas.
And I'm Angela Bradford.
On February 21st, Officer Murphy received a call from the Magnolia Police Department. Sergeant Ferguson of MPD informed Murphy that he had a warrant for the arrest of Marcellus Board. Ferguson asked Murphy to take Board into custody. At 7:30 p.m., Murphy and the RA on duty went to Board's room. Murphy, with a warrant for theft, then took Board into custody. He was transported to the Magnolia Police Department for booking and later released on a citation to appear in court on March 14th at 9 a.m.
On February the 27th, Officer Thornton was dispatched by Magnolia Police Department to speak with an individual in the Harriet Hall rear parking lot. When he arrived, Thornton spoke with Felicia Brown, who reported that her car had been vandalized. There was a white scratch that appeared to be made by a key running the length of the driver's side of the car. The front right tire was slashed. There are no witnesses or suspects at this time.
On February 25th at 1:30 a.m., Officer Booth noticed Reginald Ward under the hood of his red Blazer. Booth smelled a strong odor of alcohol coming from Mr. Ward. There were several empty beer bottles in the Blazer and an almost full beer bottle in the driver's seat. Ward stated that he intended to drive to Shreveport, but he had slurred speech, red glassy eyes, and unstable balance. Booth felt that Ward would be a danger to himself and others if he were allowed to drive. Booth placed Ward under an arrest for drinking in public and transported him to Magnolia Police Department. Mr. Ward was given a court date of March 14th, 2000 at 9 a.m.
With an SAU police log, I'm Angela Bradford.
And I'm Dana Thomas.
I'm Lisa Stegall.
And I'm Cara Guinn.
With job information from the SAU Employment Resource Center. INSCO in El Dorado, Arkansas has the following job opportunity. The position is a full-time customer sales representative. He or she needs to be able to utilize the telephone, maintain regular contact with customers, to schedule shipments and answer questions. Fax your resume to 870-864-3674 to the attention of Molly Ziegler.
Tyson Foods in Pine Bluff, Arkansas will be conducting the following on-campus interview Tuesday, March the 21st. The position is Production Supervisor Trainee. Agricultural business, business majors, and alumni, May and August 2000 graduates are eligible. To schedule interviews, contact the Employment Resource Center in Nelson 211 or call 235-4097. I'm Cara Guinn.
And I'm Lisa Stegall.
With job information from the SAU Employment Resource Center.
With this week's entertainment news, I'm Jonathan Wood. The SAU Theater Department recently sponsored the production of a musical titled The Apple Tree. It consisted of two segments. The first was Passionella, based on a story by Jules Feiffer. The second was The Diary of Adam and Eve, based on a story by Mark Twain. Theater students were in charge of directing and staging The Apple Tree. SAU's fourth and final theater production of the 1999-2000 academic year takes place at the end of April. Knowledge and proficiency of a foreign language is an important component of many academic degree plans at Southern Arkansas University. Many aspiring SAU language students practice these skills outside the classroom. Professor Rachel Finney sponsors weekly meetings of the SAU Spanish Club. This conversation group meets each Tuesday afternoon from 3 to 4 in Wilson Hall, room 312. Refreshments are served. Those who would just like to stop by and listen are also invited to attend. The Impact Organization is part of SAU Student Services. It plans and implements activities for SAU students. Events include movies, dances, concerts, comedians, and noontime programs featuring touring artists and SAU students. Applications for membership to Impact are available in the Office of Student Life. Impact is supervised by Wendy Morgan, Assistant Dean of Students, and is located in room 205 of the Bruce Center. Broadcast journalism student productions are now on the internet. An audio webcast of SAU Magazine has been available since September, and a video webcast of the SAU Report has been online since October. Web locations of these programs include EQ Productions and the SAU Department of Theater and Mass Communication homepage. SAU Magazine and the SAU Report air on numerous radio and television stations in 5 states. With this week's entertainment news, I'm Jonathan Wood. SAU broadcast journalism students produce informative television programs for viewers in Southwest Arkansas. The SAU Report features interviews with faculty, staff, students, and alumni. It is seen each week in Magnolia on TCA Cable Channel 13. Camden residents can see the SAU Report each morning on Cable Channel 16. Tens of thousands of cable television households in Southwest Arkansas watch the program on KTSS-TV Channel 55 in Hope. The SAU Report not only serves as a learning tool for broadcast journalism students, but serves to inform the region about institutional events and personalities. Some editions of SAU Magazine feature audio segments from these television programs. Be sure and watch the SAU Report on your local cable television service. Informative viewing, provocative subject matter. The SAU Report.
With this week's SAU calendar, I'm Braden Harman.
And I'm Christie Roden.
Saturday, March 4th, an SAU fraternity will be sponsoring a yard sale and free car wash at Magnolia Lane's bowling alley. The event will begin at 7 a.m. and last till late afternoon. Proceeds go to the Columbia County Animal Protection Society. Monday, March 6th, the Student Nurses Association will meet at noon in the nursing building, and at 4 o'clock, the Student Government Association will hold the Traffic Appeals Court.
At 6 p.m. on Tuesday, March 2nd, the Resident Hall Association will meet in Conference Room 2 in the Bruce Center. Any residents with concerns or feedback about dorm life are encouraged to come. Thursday, March 9th, the Miss SAU pageant will be held in Harton Theater at 7 p.m. On Friday, March 10th, President's Ambassadors applications are due, and at 5 p.m., all Southern Arkansas University residence halls close for spring break. The dorms will reopen Sunday, March 19th, and that's this week's SAU calendar.
SAU Magazine is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.